just for the record, do you all approve of dropping your worst round, or do you think that little rule could be thrown away?
No.
I'm with Garth. I think the champion's the champion, regardless of your results. You got to win. You got to take the good with the bad.
You don't drop your worst race in the Formula One Championship.
Yeah, I'd prefer, I guess, if you kept all your points, it's a little bit easier. You work towards that. You don't want to throw away a whole weekend that you've put your heart and soul into. That makes it a little bit different, but that's what we've got, and so we've got to work with it, I guess.
What about your co-driving situation for Sandown and Bathurst? That's going to be made public. Comments?
Yeah, I guess we the last round is over now, so we need to start looking at that this week and put a plan in place and fight, because it's going to be a tough couple of rounds at the Enduros, but either way I think we're going to be pretty right.
Does that mean you're not aware who you're driving with at Sandown and Bathurst?
No, it just means I'm not telling you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bathurst, where the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000 has just been run and won. And I guess the best way to sum up this race, it's been an absolute classic. We've had plenty of drama, we've had crashes, we've had frustration, we've had heartache, but we've certainly got very good reason to be here at the moment and to celebrate his first win in 10 years, Craig Lowndes with Jamie Whincup. Well, Craig, just to add to that, you won this race back in '96, 10 years, it's a long time. But the first win for Ford since '98, the first win for 888, it's a very special moment for you.
Oh, definitely, Baz. I just hope I'd have to wait another 10 years. Really, what can you say? It's been a pretty moving weekend, and for Ford, it's been a long time coming, and really, I couldn't do it without the little whiz kid beside me. He's a gem. He's kept me honest, not throughout the season, but definitely across the top of the mountain this weekend. And without Jamie's help and support, I couldn't be able to do it. And I said coming into here that this was my best chance and best pairing. We got the same height, weight, good looks. So really, it's for us, it's a dream come true. It's the trophy sitting in front of us and in front of you guys. It's always going to be special to have your name put on it, and to be the first, it's just a little bit special.
Well, I was going to say it's obviously a very emotional day for you, but that's something you'll always treasure because there were so many drivers that wanted that trophy today so badly.
Well, yeah, we've had, I guess, a pretty tough weekend in the sense that we didn't have a qualifying pace. And as I said, Jamie's been keeping me honest. He's been quicker in some sessions, so it's lifted my act, and it's helped the boys and the team. 888, we basically threw it away last year, and we've come back, and I think we've rectified it now. So. As I said, I don't want to wait another 10 years, but to all 888, to all the Ford fans and Ford people, I've got to personally thank Tom, because Tom Gorman allowed me to drive the XU1 around this morning, and I think that was 2 years before my making. 72 was the winning Bathurst, and to be able to do that this morning was pretty emotional.
Well, as I said, it was a pretty dramatic race because two of the leading teams effectively out quite early in the race, which left it up to you and the Kelly boys and Jamie to really belt it out, as it were. Each time you're in the car, you were up against Rick. That was a tremendous battle. Was there much in it between the two of you?
No, I think you saw everything we had, both of us. So, I think Paul Gover come up and annoyed us somewhere during the day, as he does, and he asked us what who the battles were going to be, and I said the Kelly boys and us, and now I thought the Murph and the Steve Richards car would have been somewhere thereabouts, but they had issues, both of them, and basically these guys beside us, I've got to congratulate them because they did a bloody good job, and I think it was as I said, Rick's was putting the pressure on towards the end, but we managed to sort of respond. But as it wasn't JW here. He did the perfect third, the fourth stint. His second stint when he got past Todd and pulled that gap for us.
My highlight of my motorsport career was Clipsville 500 this weekend, at the start of the year, and now a Bathurst victory in the same year with 888 is very special, and I had a big responsibility this weekend, teaming up with Craig. and to even be competitive with this bloke around this mountain is you're going pretty good. So I had quite a big responsibility. I just didn't want to let him down, and he led the championship coming into this round, and now he leads it going out. The safety car is all part of the sport, so we don't worry about it. I think the most critical safety car was the one 5 or 6 laps to go, and everyone in the garage is stressing. Oh, what's going to happen here? Who's going to do what? But I must admit, I felt, I don't know why, I felt quite calm, and I knew Craig was going to do the job.
Well, I was actually going to ask you what sort of tension was in the garage when you were watching Craig battling with Rick at the end of the race.
Well, there was plenty of tension because, we've worked so hard and so many people have done such a good job over a long period of time for this one moment. And it's come down to 6 laps to go. Ford's leading, Holden's right behind it, and we have a fair income race to the end. It was... It's the perfect scenario, and we're able to race and we're able to win the race by pure car speed and Craig's awesome driving.
It's extremely painful leaving this race knowing that we were so close to winning it. Unfortunately, we've got to put up with that for 12 months. And believe me, in the last few laps, that was playing on my mind quite a bit. I couldn't have given it any more, I don't think. I sort of thought long and hard about every corner and every braking area, and the old girl was scraping the walls in a few places trying to catch Craig, but we couldn't quite do it.
We prayed for that safety car earlier on that brought us back to Lounsey, but at the end of the day, those guys did a better job today than us. It's a race that you want to win, not come second in, and there's a lot of places where we didn't do a good enough job of our car and critical places. So well done to the boys. It's a fantastic effort, and it was definitely their day.
Yeah, it feels good to actually finish the race. Last year I went out in the 7th lap, which was very disappointing. But no, this year we sort of, the car was quite good all weekend. We sort of lost the car a little bit for qualifying, but then it come back Saturday morning, and for the race it was really good. We didn't have the pace of the guys here, but it was running well, and we managed to come third.
James, your team opted for a different strategy in that Glenn started the race and you're the only one that actually double stinted. How did you pull up after the race?
It wasn't too easy to change gears because my hand cramped up quite a bit with about 10 laps to go, so I had like a claw sort of thing happening. And down the straights I had to pry my hands out. So it was really, really tough, but we managed to get through, and I just managed to beat my teammate, which makes it even better. But hopefully Russell's still talking with me. It got it pretty close at the end.
Well, I was going to ask you about that because there was obviously a fair amount of pressure being applied. What were the messages coming from the garage?
Yeah, Ross just come over and said, whatever you do, don't hit each other. Do what you want, but don't hit each other. So it got really close, but we didn't touch, and I managed to just come out in front. So it was a good result. It was really tough for me in the end. The last 15 laps were really, really hard, and it was good. And Glenn kept the car straight and off the walls all weekend, and he did a really, really good job, and his experience showed. And thanks to Glenn, and I couldn't have done it without him.
Really, to just have the opportunity to be here and to be a part of a great team of Stone Brothers Racing was an awesome experience. And naturally, over the years that I've been here, sure, we haven't been able to get to number 1 on the podium, but there's not a lot of people that also have been able to stand on that podium as well. I had 2 great second places with Craig, and then I've had a great 3rd place with James, and those things will always be go down in your memory books as a really fantastic opportunity. And really for the Stone Boys to put the faith in me to start the car in the race was great, particularly after the very limited miles I'd done throughout the year and also in practice all week. But I was really happy with what I did today. I probably couldn't have run too much harder with the situation I was under, but to be able to have that opportunity was fantastic.
Craig, you've had an illustrious career. How does today sort of sit amongst all the days that you sort of had in V8 racing?
This, I think, would be the very special one for me. I think this is the victory that will top them all. To be able to come to Bathurst, not only win after 10 years, which is too long, but to win on the same year in a very special, momentous sort of weekend, and what's going on, the memories and the respect. I think it'll probably hold my number 1.
Todd, 2 races with your brother at Toll. Good chemistry, 2 good results. What's your feeling now about going back to Team Red?
It's been a fantastic experience. I've been extremely comfortable in the car with Rick. At the same time, it'll be good to get back in my own car with my engineers. It's almost like when you go away on holiday and can't wait to get home. It's a little bit like that. We slightly differ the way we engineer the cars between teams. But Rick and I have always said that it'd be fantastic to do enduros together, but not be in the same team as teammates, because we get along so well, and you sort of care a little bit more for your brother than your normal teammates. So if you were teammates all year, you need a little bit of competition between yourselves. So and it works really well. Sorry.
You'd be too nice to him.
Yeah, and exactly. But it works perfectly in enduro. But it's great with Scafie and I, the competitiveness, but friendly competitiveness, and it's the same with Rick and Garth. So the way it's turned out, it's been perfect.
Information that we got from race control is that you got a bad sportsmanship flag re the incident with Craig Lowndes. Talk us through that from your point of view over at the hay shed.
Which incident? Not with Craig Lowndes. At the hay shed. That wasn't bad sportsmanship for there.
Okay.
It was
sorry.
It was bad. The hay shed was with Jason Bright, and the bad sportsmanship flag was driving down the inside of the road trying to stop Lounsey from passing me. And I probably did that a little bit early. So they warned me, and then I went back onto the race line, and the rear tyres were so bad that he couldn't get past anyway because the car was 45 degrees to the road most of the time down there. So that's how it worked out.
Mark, on that bad sportsmanship call there, so you're saying it was because you're going to the right, going into that turn 4?
Well, there are two spots, that I had to block a couple of times. I mean, I wasn't blocking every lap, but I was blocking a couple of times because I needed to in those spots. We were weak going into turn 4, and we were also weak over Lukey Heights into MG. And a couple of times I had to block down there to maintain my spot. So that's when the bad sportsmanship flag come out, and obviously you have to get out on the race line once you've been warned.
Were you surprised that Craig tried to overtake round the left at Hayshed?
No, he did. I mean, he basically went off the Hayshed by himself when he went off there. That wasn't with me. That was Bright was the two. When Bright was alongside me trying to get through the Hayshed together, he went off the road. But Lowndes and I weren't really battling for that spot. I mean, he was close, but he didn't try to go around the outside of me there because there's no way you get around the outside there.
Okay, because the footage appeared that you were both there, and that
we were close, but
and that you went to the outside and he was on the outside on the grass at 200 odd k's an hour there.
We weren't alongside each other at any stage there. I mean, we were close, but it certainly wasn't like Bright and I, where we were basically alongside each other.